Anyway,
why can't we wait? What's happening?
If we do it over 5 minutes late, then it'll kill the broadcast time.
Son of a bitch!
Which gives us 3 minutes. But we're broadcasting live. Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday, Monday night, Tuesday night, whatever night it is. We are so well prepared.
I feel like a chicken with my head cut off all freaking day.
It's just one of those things. My computer died this week. Well, it didn't really die. Microsoft does this thing. I'm a Microsoft guy. I like Microsoft products. But every now and then, they will send you an update, and that update will kill your video card. Just the way life is. Because they don't like you that much. No, I don't know. The genius of, I was a stockbroker for a number of years, and the genius of Bill Gates isn't really the programming that he did. It's the fact that he figured out how to ship a product before it was complete. That's something nobody ever did in the history of the world. Like you buy like buying a car and say, hey, in 3 weeks we'll ship you the tires. And that's what they do. They ship things incomplete, so they're constantly tinkering with it, and the tinkering sometimes doesn't work. Yeah,
I get it.
And so whatever it did, it killed my video display, so I couldn't actually change anything. So I brought it in. If not, I'll get a new computer by next time. But I'm actually killing time opening up other little documents. But I'm not good at anything. Anything interesting up to you? Anything interesting? I know we were talking off the air. Like I did the rundown up to yesterday. I didn't get a chance to do today's because of the nature of what today was. But I guess there was.
Not a ton of things happened. Kevin Pillar signed with the Mets. If you think that's interesting, he's one of those players that he's hit or miss for me. He was hit or miss with the Giants, but he's always had that, aura of speed and a little bit of power, a little bit of pop, and he's got good defense.
I think he's one of those guys that they always say he's a better baseball player than he's a fantasy baseball player. They usually say the reverse. He's a good fantasy player, but not really that good of a baseball player. Kevin Pillar is a real asset to a team most of the time, not necessarily your fantasy team. You have 1 year where it's passable.
Yeah, I get it.
The Mets actually signed this last week Albert Almora, who I'm actually more interested in.
I don't understand why the Cubs dropped him. It doesn't make much sense to me, but
I can't make. I can't make too much sense out of the Cubs except for what I've been saying for weeks and weeks and weeks. Is that they bought the Ricketts family bought it as an investment, and so they don't care about winning. They figure if they win once, they'll continue to make 25% on their $1 billion investment, and that's all they need to do. So they don't really have to give us much of anything because that's what they do,
Yeah, I get it.
I had this thing,
guys, check it out. What up?
Whoa!
Jack? What are you doing in my car? Oh, just sharing my triple bonus.
God damn it! Fucking commercials on the fucking internet started talking on my computer. I'm on my computer. Yeah, let me put. I don't know how to put freaking. I've turned the volume down. And I'm looking on the internet, and I was on freaking some website looking at stuff, baseball news from today, and it just popped up and started going. I was like, God damn it!
You can hear that stuff, huh?
Oh yeah, of course I can hear. It's on the internet. There's a speaker right there.
Can you hear this?
Yeah.
You said you wanted G Cinco back.
I can't hear it very well, but I could hear it. I lost all my fucking bookmarks I just had open. God damn it. That's fun. When are we going to get him to come on the show and hang out with us?
We just talked about it last week. I don't know. He's going by Flash G the Third now.
I like it.
Because all the Gordon boys. But anyway, I was thinking about us and what we could call our show. The Dugout is my homage to myself. I told the story. I told the story on the original show. If somebody said, I said, what should I name my show? The guy said, very famous person. I'm not going to name names. And he said, you should name it yourself because it's harder to fire you.
No, this is true.
And he's a guy who's famous for naming things after himself. Anyway, but with you and I there, I was thinking about different things. Like you're a farmer, I'm a farmer. We could be farmers only.
No thanks.
We're the only farmers, I think. Or how about we change it a little bit for baseball and be framers only, guys to catch.
I like that too. That's good. That's a good one. I'll accept that one.
The other one that I was thinking about is like I was talking the guy that gave me that advice was Dan Harmon, who I'm a big fan of.
Okay.
And he did the show Community. You ever see that show?
Yes.
And I always think of
it's one of my favorite shows, to be honest with you.
Joel McHale's character and Rob Corddry's character, whenever they meet each other, they greet each other. One guy goes Tango, the other guy goes Sundance, right? Because they worked the same law firm, but they had different partners. And I actually think you and I are that.
That's funny.
Because we had different partners, but now we're together. Tango and Sundance. Or
that's funny. The Tango and Sundance podcast.
But anyway, we can come up with other different. This and that. You could be Batman or probably like more apt to be the alter ego from Kevin Smith. You could be Blunt Man, and I could be Watson.
That's funny.
Blunt Man and Watson. But who cares? I'm killing time while I'm getting all my stuff up.
It's okay.
Welcome
to
the Monday Night Show. Yeah, my computer crashed at the beginning, and I have to work on a laptop, and laptops really suck. I have these big fingers. I'm 6'3", 270 pounds, and this thing is made for a midget. That's why I rarely ever use it. But I'm sort of used to using it. I was going to start out with I got my baseball prospectus this week. Just came out.
Nice.
Do you ever get this thing?
Yeah, I have.
The one thing about this that is really weird is it does these comps, right?
Uh-huh.
So I was going to pick somebody, I'm just going to open to a random page here. And all right, CJ Cron, he's in the news, right?
CJ Cron going to compete at first base. His power freaking plays anywhere. So if he can get the benefit of some base hit effect in Colorado, he might be a very valuable player, a very sneaky valuable player, to be honest.
I think that the one drawback on him is his batting average, but most people who go to Colorado get about a 10-point bump.
Some get crazy bumps. I mean, Justin Morneau went there and won a batting title. I mean, guys just go there and do things.
Morneau could
always hit, but I'm just saying,
the weird
walked
one
in the door.
Was Kadire went there.
I love Michael Kadire there, dude.
He was he's a solid baseball player, 270 hitter, but he went to Coors and won a batting title. CJ Cron's comps are Matt Adams, Mark Trumbo, and Andres Galarraga.
Yeah, I can see that. I love the big cat Andres Galarraga, dude. He was one of my boys back in the day. He was just that was when I first started playing fantasy too. Man, I used to love having him on my team. I used to love any of the old school Rockies guys before they started humidoring the ball there.
Yeah, it made there are so many of them, like the Brad Hops of the world, and who's the guy who played first base for them that went to the Marlins? There's these guys that were for a little while we thought they were wonderful, and they go out anywhere else. Yes, some people leave there and do okay, but
some people have health issues there. We saw it with Daniel Murphy. We all thought he was going to go there and win a batting title recently, but can't stay freaking healthy to save his life.
I definitely was in that group.
Yeah, I was. I was all over him. He was one of the guys that I was. I mean, and when he was healthy, he hit relatively decent there. He just was never consistently healthy his whole time there, which was a problem. So, but yeah, CJ Cron, man, he's this guy. He's got that light tower power that you love to see. And man, I think it's not a reach to say that he might hit 35 homers this year. He might also hit 200, but a lot of guys are doing shit like that. So
it's about I think actually the Rockies are the secret of the Rockies is. Everybody who's ever played DFS has to you have to know what the Rockies are doing at any given moment. And the truth is, the Rockies have been a decent team. The Rockies have been a bad team, and that's really the entirety of their entire existence. And no matter what they were, they've always been in the top 5 in runs scored. So in years like this, where they only have really one star player, maybe two, with Charlie Blackmon and Story, there's a lot of value on that team now. And you never know who it is going to be. I'm a fan of Brendan Rodgers. I'm a fan of Ramil Tapia.
I would like to see Brendan Rodgers finally break out, to be honest with you.
I think if Sam Hilliard becomes a thing.
I like Sam Hilliard too.
We're going to talk about outfield at the end. Let's get to it by getting through the stuff first, and we'll get the outfield at the end, all right? The one thing we missed last week, remember, we were trying to hurry up. We missed talking about Trevor Bauer. Anything you want to say about him?
I have all kinds of things to say about Trevor Bauer. The fact that he's with the Dodgers, I think that he undersold what he's worth. Now, if you look at some of the major contracts that have been out, yeah, dude, 3 years and $103 million. I think it's in what he signed for.
I thought that was amazing.
Really?
How much money you got? Yeah.
Really, I just don't see it. I think he could have done so much better. And Garrett Cole just got $300 million a year ago. You know what I mean? Like that's a big money contract to leave on the table. Or if it was out there, it just goes to show you about the state of baseball. Which I get it. A lot of people say he's betting on himself, etc. And he came out and said, "I only want to sign a 1-year deal." So maybe it was of his own doing. But if I'm the guy, I'd rather take the guaranteed $300 million with some opt-outs, so I can. That's still betting on yourself.
He has an opt-out every year. He's going to get $40 million the first year.
I get it.
$45 million the second year, which those 2 years he's going to play. Third year it drops to 18. That's the year he's betting on himself. Can he do better than that? I don't know if he can. You're talking about it's like he's been at times one of the best pitchers in baseball.
He has.
He's also been at times not so.
Okay, so let's just say this year he has Tommy John surgery. Let's just say it happens. Okay, it can happen to anybody at any time.
I'm just saying. What if he?
I'm just saying. He's got Tommy John surgery. Then he's done a full calendar year, and then the next year he comes back. Like for me, I'd rather take the Garrett Cole contract than take the Trevor Bauer side of it. That's just me. If the Garrett Cole money is available, I'm taking it.
That I get, but
that's my only issue.
I don't think anyone's really offering him that kind of thing. I mean, like,
how are they not? I mean, the guy won a Cy Young. He's arguably been one of the best pitchers in baseball. He brings a social media presence. I was really shocked that when he didn't go to the Mets, to be honest with you. I really thought that's where he was going to go.
That was my second thing I wanted to talk about is there was reports that he actually went to the Mets.
Yeah.
And it seems like this year there's been a lot of situations where players have been where the media has been jumping the gun on trades. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're fantasy baseball guys, we're baseball guys. There's rumors all over the place.
Yeah.
But this year we actually made a mistake. Both of us, with Jonathan Villar, we thought he went to the Reds. He's going to the Mets.
We didn't say that, did we?
Yeah, we did. We did. And we'll fess up when we say stuff because it's not that big of a deal.
I don't remember that we did say
that. We screwed up. But the thing about it is that somebody reported that he was signed with the Reds.
Interesting.
Somebody reported that Bauer signed with the Mets.
Okay.
Somebody reported that Michael Brantley signed with the Blue Jays. Remember?
Yeah, I do remember that. It was right after what's his name signed. George Springer signed. Yeah.
It's like that. I don't remember. I can't even think of one instance where somebody was signed or something, except for I guess there was that thing in the 70s where the office reversed the trade or whatever. I can't think of one where they really got something wrong like this.
I saw a good tweet earlier on Twitter that was cracking me up, and it was like, for years, Baseball Writers Association of America breaks trades, and then like Twitter comes about, and it's like, now we report from random guy breaking trades, and then below it was like even more now. It was like, but now players just announce their own signings. We don't even get to say it.
The people who broke these trades were respectable writers.
I get it.
It's like, you get rumors all the time, and you learn to discuss the straight of thought, but I think it kind of goes into like the weird world we live in where everything has to be so fast, and we're getting more comfortable with just being wrong about stuff. It's like, so I got it wrong. I thought Bauer was going to sign with the Los Angeles Kings.
Yeah, it's interesting. Wrong. They got a super team now. I mean, they already won the World Series.
That's my real problem.
Yeah, so that brings up a whole nother discussion. A salary cap in baseball. Is this good for baseball? The Dodgers having a $250 million payroll and the Pittsburgh Pirates having a $40 million payroll. Is that good for the game? I don't think it is.
I don't. The strange thing is, I don't really have the problem with the cheaper payrolls. I think that they should be forced to pay a little bit more money, but that's the nature of things.
There should be a salary floor as well as a cap.
My real thing is like, I don't know. Are you a basketball fan?
Half-ass.
Yeah, I mean, I was at one point. I was a fan during the Jordan era.
I follow well enough.
And I watch it, here and there. And then, when Steve Kerr and Steve Curry sort of reinvented the game at the 3-point line, I thought it was pretty interesting. I was living in
the Bay Area during that whole stretch.
I always think when somebody's smarter than the game, when somebody figures something out that should have been figured out years ago. Hey, if we take a 3-point shot and shoot that at 40%, that's better than being
simple mathematics. Yeah,
simple math. But when they signed Kevin Durant, it became hard for me to watch basketball because it's like, oh, they're going to win it.
Yeah, and they did, and they were unstoppable for 4 years, pretty much.
And so, but I mean, maybe Bauer isn't to baseball. Kevin Durant is to basketball. But
understood.
The truth is, Mookie Betts was.
Well, here's my thing. You got teams like the Yankees that have more or less doing that. They've been doing it for 25 years now since George Steinbrenner was there, stacking that roster, spending more money than any other team, and they were hated because of it. And I feel like almost the Dodgers In my eyes, I mean, I hate the Dodgers. So I'm a Giants fan, but I feel like on a national stage, people might start hating the Dodgers for this shit the same way that people hated the Yankees for years and years and years.